I'm trying to think of very specific things to talk about because, like, I feel like I should have some sort of, like, just theme, maybe, or at least, like, a point. I work at a. It's not an old folks' home. It's like it's not like assisted living or anything like that. It's a retirement community. It's basically just an apartment complex where you have to be at least, like, I think it's 65 to live there. And I work in the kitchen. And I started a year ago, like, not much more than a year ago, like a year and maybe like 2 weeks. I started as a maitre d', and then they trained me on waiting tables, and then they trained me on washing dishes, and then everything kind of went haywire because one of my bosses left because he had a hernia and he had to get surgery for it, and then I think when he had time off, he just decided, nah, not coming back ever. We had to, like, go through a bunch of temporary chefs while he was gone, and then when we were sure he wasn't coming back, we had to find a new permanent chef. We have two chefs, the, like, head chef and then a weekend chef who, like, helps out and just makes sure that the head chef isn't working, like, 7 days a week. And so we found a new chef, and then that chef did something bad and had to be let go. So we had to find a new chef, and then the weekend chef, right when we were starting to train the new chef, had a little bit of a breakdown, and he needs some time off to recover. So the new chef barely got any training and just had to jump in full sail, and we're not sure when we're going to get a weekend guy. So our new guy has been working at this point, I think, like 8 days straight, and he's going to have to keep it going until we find someone else. In the time of chaos, I kind of came through as like well, I'm really bad at talking good about myself. I am good at this job. It's kind of a silly thing to be good at, just like maintaining a kitchen and a bunch of high school girls working there. But I'm good at it. I am actually pretty good at it. During this awkward time of transition, a bunch of the girls were leaving because, well, a lot of the seniors graduated, and so they're headed off to college soon, and we are going to have to deal with that. So, and I'm a grown adult and working there because I couldn't afford college, if we're being real. So, I don't have anything else to devote my time and energy to, so I'm basically just pulling more than my weight just because I don't have anything else to care about. And these are a bunch of teenage girls, you know? It's like they have better, not better, but they have different stuff to be worrying about. They're all taking a bunch of APs. They're all worried about where they're going to go to college. They're all worried about their own, like, their own lives. This isn't really, it's not an important stop for them where they're working now. It's just, it's a thing that they're doing for money and to kill some time, I imagine. And of course they're not going to care about it as much as I care about it because I don't have anything else to care about. I do, but not job-wise. Like, they're splitting focus between school and work and social lives, and I'm splitting focus between work and a boyfriend who I already live with, so it's not like I have to devote time to whatever. Unimportant. What I mean to say is, I got really good at what I was doing. I learned the kitchen front to back. Like, I can do everything in that kitchen except actually cook. My boss kind of noticed that after a while, and the new chef, the one who got fired recently, he also noticed, and the weekend cook, who is like the most precious ever, also noticed. So within the first year of working there, they bumped me up to a new position that they like. It's a position that I'm sure exists in other places, but it didn't exist here before me. And I am now dining room manager, which is interesting. But it's kind of interesting to devote all this time to a place and actually get rewarded for it. I've never been promoted before, and now I kind of like have some vague delusions of grandeur of like, someday I will be executive director and I will run this place right. I just had like a minor waking nightmare of my boss finding this vlog, but it's not like I've said anything bad. I'm just babbling about my own feelings about the place. I don't have any bad feelings about the place. I've realized, like, it's helped me a lot in a lot of ways with regard to being able to parse small talk. It's easier now that I know all the tenants. Like, I can talk to basically any of the tenants without really feeling awkward about it. Like, I can just sort of, like, spout small talk, spout, like, meaningless chatter, and it's okay. And I love a lot of the tenants. They're, like, the sweetest people. It's not, like, any sort of really special fancy job, but it's a good job, and even though the hours aren't great, it's like 3 hours a night, but I'm still working like 6 days a week, and hopefully with this new promotion the pay will go up from minimum. I don't know, I just enjoy it. It's interesting to enjoy something like that. Like I've worked in food service since I was like 15 because my mom was a waitress, and so my first job was like a bus girl, just clearing tables and stuff, getting drinks, etc. And I don't know, I feel like everyone should work in food service for at least a little bit of their life, because I feel like a lot of people don't have much respect for the employees in food service, and I feel like that's just a genuine, just that is a damn shame, because it is hard work, and in a lot of states, waitress minimum is a thing, which means that they are legally allowed to pay waitstaff less than minimum wage under the like bare hopes that tips will make it up. Because that's fair. I don't get paid a waitress minimum. We're not allowed to be tipped. We're very rarely tipped. So they're not allowed to pay us less than minimum. But like in any place where like a waitress is bound to get like tips, they are allowed to pay them like, I think it's like $3 an hour or something. It was like $3 an hour when my mom was working. And that's pretty ridiculous. And I don't think a lot of people respect tipping the way it should be respected, because it's not just like some courtesy. It's not you out of the goodness of your heart being nice to these people. It's a necessity. It's like it is the bare minimum, and a lot of people don't appreciate that. So I feel like everyone should work in food service for at least a little bit of their life to gain a proper respect for that. This one's going to be another long one. Maybe I'll just cut it down to just me talking about work. That seems like a good idea. But it's also me just staring at a camera and talking, and that doesn't seem very interesting. Maybe tomorrow I'll sing another song. I don't know if anyone would actually like that, but I liked it. I actually liked it a lot, so I think I'm going to do that tomorrow. Though that'll probably have to be on the webcam again. This is the Samsung. It's not actually a phone. It's like a glorified MP3 player. But if I did that, I'd have to find a way to like mount it and aim it at me as I played. Maybe I will. I don't know. Alright. I might as well go. I've got to transfer this to a computer and edit some stuff. And this isn't cheating, by the way. My first video I posted after midnight yesterday, so this one still counts as long as I post it before midnight tonight, which I will. Probably. Anyway, day 2, 21 days of vlogs. See you tomorrow.